Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at thedove.us. All right, we're back and delighted to have back in the studio with us today Doug Gould. He is the Executive Director of Foundations for Recovery. I think one of the greatest organizations that come about, and it happens to be right here in Southern Oregon. And you got your first big event coming up Saturday, September 27th.
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
Tell us about it. It's called Putting a Positive Face on Recovery. And you got everybody. Who is not involved in this?
Who's not supporting this event? I know, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. The community is really rallied around. I mean, you look at that. Crater High School, you know, the teacher, Jeremy Sinks over there, his community one-on-one project. We put in an application to do a youth education piece, and we presented this program, and the Crater High School said, you know what, we believe in you guys, we want this thing to happen, and because of that, because of their grant of $3,000 from Crater High School, we've used those resources to branch out to the rest of the community, to let the community know that we are adamant about helping the young people in our community. Because the foundation, believe it or not, Perry, the Foundation for Recovery has only been doing peer mentoring for adults. And then we see the overwhelming need to start now offering peer mentoring for youth, ages 11 through 17. So we're using this festival to kick off a new youth program called Step Up, Speak Out, Stand Firm with our young people in our community.
Step Up, Speak Out, Stand Firm.
Step Up, Speak Out, Stand Firm.
Speak Out, okay. All right, this event's coming up Saturday the 27th, so a couple of weeks away. It's at the park there in Central Point, and that's kind of right behind the post office.
Right.
And you can't miss it. There's a park there, you can't miss it.
Yeah.
You've got singing groups, you got food. Oh, listen to this, Guns and Hoses.
Yes.
Now, doesn't that sound like a movie? Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna kick off the festival on Friday. With a softball game.
Battle of the Badges. Battle
of the Badges between the police and the fire department. It's going to be at Fagoni Field on Friday night. It's free to the public. The opening ceremony started at 6:30. The first pitch at 7. But it's called Guns and Hoses. Police Against the Fire.
That's great.
It's free to the public. Hot dogs and drinks for the first, I think, 300 or 400 people that come through the gate. But it's all free. And then we're going to use that event to kick off our Saturday event at the park there about putting a positive face on recovery.
Well, I tell you, folks, first of all, I think you've given birth to an annual event.
Absolutely.
And not only for Foundation for Recovery, but also with the police and the fire.
Absolutely.
That's going to be a hoot.
Absolutely.
But this is about one of the most successful recovery programs ever. Your percentages are through the roof.
Absolutely.
Comparable,
yeah. We're pushing anywhere from 50 to 55% success rate in sobriety. Again, sometimes it's hard to control the numbers, because what happens is we'll lose them, but we don't give up at the foundation. If we have a client or a participant that comes to our office, begins their program, and then all of a sudden we don't see them, we don't just put their file away. We pray over their files, right? Because one of the most embarrassing things to do, especially those in addiction, is to pick up the phone and call someone back and saying, I've had a relapse. Okay? One of the things that the Foundation for Recovery prides itself on is this. First of all, relapse doesn't have to happen, but if it does, relapse doesn't have to be permanent. We have recovery coaches that understand relapse. My goodness, Perry, when I went through my own addiction recovery over alcohol, how many times did I relapse? You know, but God is the God of first, second, third, fourth. We don't say fifth chances to an alcoholic recovered, but but God is a God that does want to restore and doesn't give up on us, and we don't give up on our clients too.
All right. Tell us how it works in simple terms.
Okay.
What do you do?
Usually what happens is when someone sees a broadcast like this, or picks up a brochure or a flyer that, or even comes to the fair and wants to start the recovery program, if there's an embarrassment issue or a privacy issue involved, there's a phone number on there that you can call, leave a message. Privately, I can call you back, or one of our female coaches can call you back, and we can meet with you privately. But one of the hardest things for those who struggle with addiction is to at least pick up the phone. So once you pick up the phone, we will meet with you. We do an initial assessment, which takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and then we match that person. What's really cool about peer mentoring is we match that participant up with the recovery coach of similar issues in reference to recovery. For example, I thrive on talking to somebody else who's battling alcoholism. But talk about heroin or opiates or meth addiction, I'm not there. Okay, so that's why we try to make it personalized one-on-one recovery coaching, matching up the peer mentor with the participant.
Okay. And that's what it's about, folks. And how do they get a hold of you, Doug?
Best thing to do is just give the office a call at 245-HOPE.
245-HOPE.
Which is 4673.
Yeah. Which getting more simple than that.
245-HOPE.
I got to look at that. 245-HOPE. Okay. Well, you know, I tell you what. Maybe you are feeling the tug from the Lord to start in a direction to change your life. And you can call that number now, or the least of which, why don't you attend this gathering?
Please.
Coming up on the 27th.
Please.
It's totally open. It's totally free. It's a lot of fun. And what's so interesting to me is when you look at the amount of community businesses that have gotten behind this.
Bobbio's, Bumgardner, Belfour, Dave's Imports. I feel like a NASCAR event, but Bobbio's, Bumgardner Landscape, Belfour, Dave's Imports, Sign Dude, theDove, CSA Consulting, Malello's Coffee. It's a great community event, Perry. It's wonderful.
Well, I just can't say enough of all the recovery programs, and there are many that are great. Don't get me wrong. But the success rate of what's going on here, and I've always said, Doug, and you are a walking example of this, whatever God saves you from or brings you through is usually what he turns you around and makes you a minister to.
Exactly.
And that's what happened to you. That's your own life.
I'm passionate about this, Perry, really. You know, what's really, off air, we were talking, anywhere we go to let people know about the festival, I stop and listen to their stories. Right? The national average right now, the latest SAMHSA numbers, Substance Abuse Mental Health Association numbers, was 75% of our homes nationwide are affected by drugs and alcohol. And the community that we're seeing out here in Rogue Valley, anywhere we're stopping, we have to take time to listen to their story because it affects all types of walks of life. I'm passionate about seeing lives restored by God. That's why we don't give up on them. You know, they might be willing to give up on themselves, but our coaches are passionate because we have been given a second chance, you know? And I'm a firm believer that nothing, absolutely nothing separates us from the love of God, nor do our coaches, you know?
Well, and I think that's the commitment that people need to hear, that you're there no matter what. You're there no matter. All right, mark this down, 27th of September. That's 2 weekends away.
Friday night 26th and then Saturday the 27th.
Yeah, the Battle of the Badges is the ball game Friday night, better known as Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, forget high school football. Come see us.
Not only that, it's free.
Exactly.
And you get a hot dog when you walk through the door.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Plus, there's going to be raffle prizes and a great event. Absolutely.
And then Saturday at the park, and that's the park right behind the Central Point Post Office. You can't miss it. You'll see everything going on. Doug, thanks for what you do.
Thanks, Perry.
Thanks for your commitment.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.